I appreciate very much what you've done. I'd have to say you've undervalued everything. Your first line in the session was it's a $70 billion business. And you see our CEOs really matter. Adam's worth $70 billion in leadership glow, I would say, if he were running a public company. And, when you have Steve Ballmer as your number 2 investor, if you will, right? And you have to remember that the leagues and the teams, they appreciate, and then there are these events that really drive value. You mentioned expansion. I think Charlotte was an expansion team, was $300 million. And we had just come into the league at the time, and everyone would say, well, if Charlotte's worth $300 million, what is my team worth? Then you have a Steve Ballmer who comes in, who looked at this in the way that many of the newer owners have looked at. It's not just a team, it's a platform. And if you look at it really, really long term with reoccurring revenues, the total addressable market, you hear from private equity, what is the TAM? How big is the marketplace? We're still a small business, right? When you think about 8 billion people around the world, 6 billion now connected to high-speed connections. And, our cable ratings are, even though we're the number 1 rated show pretty much up and down the line nightly, we're still small. We have a lot of upside. The tree can still grow to heaven, but it has to be over time. And so I do think the notion of how are these teams valued, you way undervalued or don't have a part of your algorithm, the whole ESG. What do we mean for our community? Investors really want to invest in companies that do good.